5 years have passed since Hiccup and Toothless united the dragons and Vikings of Burr. So in this video, I'm building the updated characters, dragons, and villains from How to Train Your Dragon 2. So let's do this. Our main character here is Hiccup.
Great name, I know.
And after the events of the first movie where he takes on the Red Death and dies, falls off his dragon into the flames, Toothless saves him. Most of him. They were falling pretty fast, but ouch. For Hiccup's stubby leg, I grabbed this peg leg element, but the peg's on the wrong side. Fortunately, I wised up and realized you can just remove that peg leg and stick it onto the other hip. But in 2022, LEGO made this prosthetic leg element that looks perfect for Hiccup, only it's blue. So I grabbed my acrylic paints and then covered it in a clear coat spray, which looks pretty nice. The only problem is that when you bend his leg, the paint starts to rub off, so I probably should have sanded it down first. For older Hiccup, I found this nice torso with a brown cross buckle, and then I stole the arms off this Wolfpack minifigure for his printed chainmail.
Bruh.
I used this shoulder armor, a more stoic face print, pun intended, and for his wingsuit I grabbed Batman's cape. I tried a few helmets, but this one looks pretty darn good. Now Hiccup and Toothless can practice their synchronized flying trick, and Hiccup's not the only character to have aged up. His love interest is Astrid, and while she wore green in the first movie, this custom-printed Mandalorian armor minifigure has the perfect look for older Astrid, along with this hairpiece that barely fits over her shoulder pauldron. Her dragon is Stormfly, the deadly natter, and together they fly off to map uncharted territory when they come across something devastating. Eret, son of Eret. And he's a dragon trapper that tries to capture them and sell their dragons to the evil Drago Bloodfist. They capture Stormfly, but Toothless says, "Not today, Satan," and blasts them so that Hiccup could free Stormfly, and together the two of them escape. Back in the Isle of Berk, we've got our friend Fishlegs, who's got an upgrade on his helmet with that clear coat spray paint. He rides the Gronkle named Meatlug, and to do that I remove his legs and set him on a 1x2 plate, since he's a little round. Then we have Snotlout, who also got a shiny new coat on his resin-printed helmet. He rides the monstrous nightmare named Hookfang, who has tiny little claws on his wings for arms. And lastly, we have the brave and cunning twins, Roughnut and Toughnut, and they ride the double-headed Zippleback by the name of Barf and Belch. And if you want to see how I built all of these dragons, be sure to check out my other video that covers the first movie. But now it's time to really wow you with this next creation, thanks to the sponsor of today's video, WOWCube, which is an entertainment system that looks like a 2x2 Rubik's Cube, only instead of colored squares, they're screens, 24 of them, which make up the 8 modules that form the cube. And no, these aren't touch screens, because you kinda need to handle this thing. Instead, you navigate with a sort of cursor and tap to make a selection. Each module reacts to how you twist and tilt when you play games, like Ladybug, where you have to rotate the cube to continue the pathway that your ladybug is walking on before it goes off-road. Games like Cut the Rope have also been reimagined to roll the candy through obstacles, collect stars, and navigate to Omnom. Out of the 40+ games and apps that come pre-installed, each one is really designed to fully utilize the functionality of the cube, and more games can of course be downloaded from the store by connecting your cube, which also allows for software updates. In fact, you can even develop for WOWCube to create a new game or app. In addition to playing, there's also some passive applications like interactive screensavers and other widgets which can display information like the date and time and weather, etc. And yes, you can also use it like a 2x2 speed cube with the Rubik's Cube app. This is unlike anything I've ever seen before, so it took me some time to understand how do you use it, but after seeing its full functionality through tutorials and demos, it really feels like something fresh and new that I would want to try. Right now you can join the waitlist to be notified when pre-orders start, and you should be able to purchase by Christmas. And there's a pretty hefty discount as an added incentive. So check the link in the description or visit WOWCube.com for more information. Now back to Berk. Hiccup learns that Drago destroyed his father's entire tribe and that war is inevitable. But Hiccup flies off to find another solution, and while looking for Drago, comes across this massive dragon and a mysterious rider wearing an ominous helmet. This is Valka. And to build her, I grabbed Aloy's minifigure from Horizon, and then this chieftain of the Keepers from Ninjago, because he has a pretty sick helmet and cape. I'm gonna paint this helmet blue with my acrylic paints and make the tips of it brown to complete make this mask, I used Oro's face print because it looks kinda spooky. I gave her this curved bone staff and then also painted a Lego shield piece so that I could add on these colored markings. And now we have our custom printed Valka. And when she takes her helmet off, I use this face print from the Shire.
Could it be?
Wait a second.
But a mother never forgets.
I thought you went to get milk! Her dragon is a stormcutter species, and she named it Cloudjumper due to his agility and playfulness. This species is known for its 4 wings and owl-like head. So this is gonna be quite a challenge to build because stormcutters are way larger than all the other dragons that I've built so far. But let's start out with the body that has to be curved on the belly and have all the necessary attachment points for the head, the tail, and all 4 wings. Oh, and don't forget about his legs. We can build those by creating a reinforced Technic pin connection with these inverted slopes and some razor-sharp talons. There's also 2 hind wings that assist stormcutters with maneuverability, but all that's kinda pointless if you can't fly. Using modified Technic bricks and a bunch of wedge plates, I started to create these long, curved wings. I reinforced them on the bottom and then placed in some red corner tiles on the edges, and of course built the second wing. These will be the bottom wings, and the top wings are gonna be really similar, but I made them a little beefier and added a talon to the front. Thanks to these little hinges, the wings can curve back to give it a really dynamic look like it's flying. Now with these wings attached, next up we need a tail, or more specifically, a ball joint sandwiched, followed by more ball joints that get wrapped with brackets, plates, and some of these spiky pieces. The end of the tail flares out, and now we can connect this to his behind. For the head, we need some red and yellow bricks for the plume. By using a clip, I can angle these to the side and then create those thick whisker-like strands on the sides of his face. He's got yellow eyes, a triangular nose, and I'll use these wedge plates to create the large horns across his face. Look at his little face. It's kinda cute. Now we can place Valka on her dragon so that she can soar through the skies. She takes Hiccup to the dragon's nest, protected by the bewilder beast that creates a nest of ice. Stoic and Gobber eventually show up and find that Valka's been alive this whole time. But their reunion is cut short when Drago enters the chat. This is Drago Bloodfist, and while a lighter skin tone would have been nice, all the other face prints just kinda made him look like a little boy. When in reality, he's a vengeful baddie! He brings his entire armada to attack the hive and takes control of all the dragons by trapping them. So let's build one of his Viking ships. I got this 2005 Lego Viking ship hull on eBay, and it cost me $65. Frick. But it's actually massive, so let's get this put together. I reinforced the sides and then added these cool Viking shields along the hull. Then I created this upper deck with an artillery platform, and, well, I'm not really sure what goes up here since we only see these ships from a distance. However, we do know that they're armed, so let's build an artillery. Also, I think the deck would look nice in this color, so that's sleek. Now, let's build a ballista. This design uses tiles as the rail, this hook on the bottom to attach the rail, and a rubber band that I had to carefully and painstakingly tie to the end of a Lego string. But does it actually work? Yes! It's ugly though, so I found this design on Rebrickable that looks beautiful, but I had to cut down a few trees for the parts. It's got a really simple design using branches and wands, so it doesn't actually function, but it looks sick. So I built another one and placed them both on the ship. Every ship though needs a sail, so I grabbed this mast from the Durmstrang ship since it fits perfectly here. Oh, and we need an intimidating ship head, so I grabbed this red dragon and plopped it on the front because it actually matches the sail insignia extremely well. This is really starting to look like a Viking ship. This siege is actually insane, and Drago overpowers all the dragons with his own alpha that hypnotizes them with hive mind. This causes Toothless to attack Hiccup, but his father sacrifices himself to save his son, and the movie ends. Just kidding. Haggis the sheep butts the crap out of Drago, picks up Hiccup, and flies his butt back to Berk for the final showdown. Okay, you know that's not exactly what happened, but I ran out of time to build the baby dragons, and I guess I need to watch the third movie to find out what to build next. So be sure to leave me a comment to help me out, hit the like button if you enjoyed, and until next time, check out one of my other videos that's being recommended to you on screen now.